So I've always liked making random challenges for Undertale and Deltarune, but nothing was more of a challenge than this. Apart from maybe no hit sounds. Anyways, this run brought me a lot of pain, this one took me many attempts. This is the story of how I beat Deltarune without taking damage. After falling to the Dark World, I met up with Susie and got attacked by Lancer. And I was actually nervous here due to how many spades are spawning above you. Usually I always get hit by something, because I suck at this game. But I ended up getting through without a scratch on my first attempt. Next was the actual fight with Lancer, which has always been one of the easiest fights in the whole game. And not surprisingly, I won without taking damage. And now the real challenge began. Traversing through the Great Door, and make my way to the Dark Fountain. Here my goal was to dodge as many encounters as possible to limit my chance of screwing up and getting hit. And won amazingly. I dodged the next encounter though, and got through the scripted battles pretty easily. Then it was time to make a choice. Do I fight Jevil and Spamton in this run? Now this is actually my second recording of Chapter 1. My first recording wasn't capturing Deltarune, so I had to completely restart, which was really annoying. And in that run, I had chosen to fight Jevil. It went horribly. I would always get hit on that stupid heart attack, the club attack, or chaos bomb. And so I gave up. I really didn't want to spend an hour fighting Jevil again, so I decided not to fight the secret boss today. Instead, I skipped the broken key and continued on to the Great Board. Here I dodged every encounter until I got to K round. And this fight is just a joke. Even though I nearly got hit on it. With Susie leaving the party, I chased after her through the forest, once again dodging every encounter there was, except for that stupid guy. No, that almost worked. Then I got to the room with the stars. I'm 100% getting hit here. This is the end. After resetting to my last save, I made it through the star room and caught up with Susie and Lancer at the end of the Great Maze. This fight was also a joke though. If you just put Susie to sleep, the fight is basically just Lancer again. Susie only attacks once, which was the only worry in this fight, but thankfully I dodged it perfectly. Then it was time for the second chase scene. This chase was terrifying. There are so many bullets coming at you from all these weird angles. I was constantly making split-second decisions to dodge all of them, and even then I almost got hit several times. Oh no, I got hit, the run's over. All jokes aside though, Lancer vs Susie was easy, and it seemed like a pretty easy journey to the king. This is where you would think that it was the complete opposite, but no. K round was easier than before, the enemies were pretty easy, the only real challenge would be the king. However, by equipping myself with the best weapons and the iron shackles, Susie shreds through the king's health with Red Buster. The attacks were pretty simple to dodge, and I made it past the king on my first try. Then it was time for Chapter 2. I was scared just thinking about it. Chapter 2 cranks up the difficulty a lot, and I knew that I would have a lot of struggles. I got through the first werewires pretty easily, and I dodged every encounter I could. But it wasn't the enemies I was worried about. It was the bosses. The arcade machine was easy. But then I came face to face with Berdly. So there is no save point anywhere closer here. So if I get hit on Berdly, I am going so far back. God damn it. No. No! This fight was really giving me trouble. But after many attempts of getting hit on the stupid paper attack, I pacified Berdly and fell into the city. Here I dodged the pop-up for the first time in my life, and met up with Noelle. I ended up dodging every single encounter in the city, apart from Virus Guy, and it didn't take very long until I reached the second fight with Berdly. This fight, however, was nothing compared to the first battle. My strategy was to fight with Kris, and use Ice Shock with Noelle to swiftly nuke Berdly's hit points. And that strategy worked just fine. The issue was the stupid paper attack. I cannot tell you how many times this attack caused me damage. And every time I got past the attack, he would always just use it again with his stupid werewires, which would be even more difficult to dodge. The first Berdly battle took me maybe 10 minutes to beat. This battle, around 30 minutes to beat. And that's not counting the breaks I took in between before I went insane. After so many tries, I managed to dodge his stupid attacks and bring his HP to 0. But guess what? I had to fight Spamton immediately after this. And Spamton has one attack that is ridiculously difficult to dodge. And that would be whatever this attack is. In every single attempt, he would use this attack 90% of the time. Every other attack was easy as hell to get through, but this attack has so much randomness to it, which can lead to points where it's near impossible to dodge. This fight took even longer than Berdly, and it's all because of one attack again. Thankfully though, I somehow learned how to evade it, and got through this fight after around 45 minutes. After this was some story dialogue that I really didn't care about, and then I entered the Queen's Mansion. This mansion was really dangerous. There were fire-breathing paintings, swatchlings if you break the pottery, task manager if you fail a question. The swatchlings were easy, the paintings are simple, and I would never fail a task manager question. Okay, maybe I answered wrong once, but I answered correctly the next attempt. The fight with rules went really well since I chose the duck machine in Chapter 1. And ended up dodging the werewire for the first time ever. I'm shocked I never tried to do that before. And then was right on to the Queen. I wasn't too nervous going into this, because it was actually quite easy. There were some attacks that were a little tricky, but I made it through in one piece. And to end off this challenge, it was time for Giga Queen, which I took damage on. Thankfully though, I came prepared and saved after the first Queen fight, so I jumped straight back into it. This attempt went so much better as I didn't get hit a single time. That was that. I had beaten Deltarune without taking damage. Leave a like and subscribe for no hit Undertale, and have a good rest of your day, or night, whatever. Goodbye.